On today's show, we'll find out how to rig for kokanee on Lake Chelan with guide Shane Magnuson. We'll find out what's new with Jim Teeney's landing hand and the Abu Garcia Revo SX. It's all right after this.
Hooked on Toys!
No matter how you fish, you'll find what's new in rods, reels, and other gear at Hooked on Toys in Wenatchee. They keep on top of all of our inland fisheries to make sure there's a great selection of tackle for each one. Visit them online at hookedontoys.com.
Hooked on Toys!
The Evinrude E-Tech. It's a dream come true.
For E-Tech engine sales and service and repair of all boats and motors, call Lyle's Boats and Motors in Cashmere.
Very nice. We're going to give them a little glove tap so we don't get hooked. My little welcome aboard tap. What a nice fish.
Look at that. Now that's a nice Lake Chelan Kokanee. That's a good kokanee anywhere. Now let's talk kokanee. Rods and reels. Probably the rod is the essential element here.
Really the rod for the kokanee, because they have such soft mouths. You want that really limber rod. And so I'm fishing, this is an 8-foot rod. It's a light action, it's 4 to 10 pound test, and it's actually made specifically for kokanee. Yes. And there's a few different rod companies that make them, Feather Sticks, Lamiglass, Tikas, but they're a glass rod and they're really limber, and they're made just for kokanee fishing.
Exactly, and in fact, I've got a couple of rods that I use that are, again, they're in that length. They're not very long rods, although I do have a couple of rods that I like to use for kokanee that are 9.5 foot, but they are extremely light. Yeah. Light action, just as soft as you can get them. And once you get the right kind of combination with your rod, then I have not had to use a snubber.
Exactly, and just like today, we're not using a snubber. And those light rods they're so much fun to catch those fish.
Oh, they really are. They're a lot of fun. Now, at the end, and again, these are loaded with braid. We're fishing off the downriggers.
Actually, I'm just running mono on these.
Oh, you've got mono on those reels.
Yeah,
okay.
Just a 15-pound mono. We're not fishing as deep as the king rods.
No. Yeah.
And so I just run a light mono off them, and that seems to work just fine. The mono comes out of the clip real easy.
Oh yeah.
And
absolutely. I back most of my reels with braid, but then I put a nice long leader on it.
Yeah.
And then it comes out of the clip. I should mention that in most years, I'm used to the traditional kokanee fishing at Lake Chelan, where when their big schools are in the lower basin, and I'm fishing sometimes 20 feet in 20 feet of water. The last year and in this spring, we're finding fish quite a bit deeper, and we're fishing, I know, some down to 130 feet. And again, that's where a nice soft rod, you cannot. It's easy does it with kokanee. Just a slow, steady, and then when you get them to the surface, just kind of try to lead them to the net.
Yep.
Because they tend to go ballistic when they hit the surface, and that's when you lose most of them.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, you've got a Dodger here, and that's what's going to be on the end of that rod. And that's, what size are we running here?
This is a double-aught Dodger. And this is real basic. These little herring Dodgers have been around for umpteen years.
Yeah.
But I found for the kokanee, the double-aught or the triple-aught seem to be the best two sizes.
Right.
And again, it's attached straight to the line, and they just give that nice action to that little squid behind there. And then they have the scale tape on there, which really catches those fish attention.
Exactly. And we see a lot of people will use the old Dick Knight Jack of Diamonds, the old metal blades with about 9 blades, and they would put so much tension on your line.
There's a fish behind you, Dave. Oh, did he get away? He bit it.
False alarm.
Relax.
No, he's there.
It's on there pretty tight with that light rod, so give it a real. There you go. Nice and easy. Oh yeah. just have to extend this tackle program out for the rest of the day. Dave. Are you showing off again?
I like this seat. I think we're going to do a lot of shooting today.
Can I get that net there? Perfect. That looks like another good one.
Yeah. So
He's fighting pretty good. About the same spot we got the last one. 130 foot of water right off Rocky Point here. And that one was 85 feet down.
85. Okay.
First one was 70, so you know, kind of gives you an idea of the range.
Okay. He's coming. Whoa.
He's going to pretend like he's doing something.
Yeah, this is nice fishing here.
Those light rods for
Oh yeah.
catching this kokanee fight so hard. Those light rods are nice.
There he is.
Nice.
Good stab.
Got him. Another nice fish. Maybe a hair bigger than your last one.
Well, that time we got as far as the Dodger.
Yeah, we did good. We're moving right along.
Yeah, we're gonna fill this segment. I know it. Now, on the behind that Dodger now, I see you've got all of these little fancy rigs already pre-tied up, and these squid have really come into popularity this last couple of years for kokanee. Very effective for kokanee and for sockeye too.
Yeah.
They've been really working good. Now, you're sizing these down a bit for the kokanee.
I really am. What I do is these squids actually are a little bit longer when you get them, and I just take a pair of scissors and trim them off a little bit. You still want to leave some of the tentacles, that way they have a little action in the water. But I make them a little bit smaller for the kokanee. I don't for the sockeye.
Right, sure. And then I see you've got them tied on a double hook rig, and I think that's been proven of a real value because of the soft mouth of these kokanee. If you have the opportunity to get 2 hooks on them, you're a lot better off.
Oh, definitely. And again, I like using the red hooks because that seems to be the colors they like. And I've using these sickle hooks for these kokanee. They have a little different bend, and they seem to hold on to them really, really well. I seem to have less lost fish.
Sure. Yeah, I can understand that. Now, and then in addition to your hoochie, your double hook rig, don't forget the white shoe-peg corn.
Well, yeah, and the shoe. You say white, but you can tell that mine's pink, and it goes with the trend here.
Yeah.
But yeah, this starts as white shoe-peg corn, and then all I've done here is I've taken a pink dye and dyed it, and then I add my Graybill's kokanee scent to it, which
right to the. Yeah.
Which these kokanee seem to be really scent fanatics, so this seems to be a really good thing for that. And I let it marinate overnight, let it really soak up that dye and that scent, and
sure,
they seem to like it.
Well, and I like this idea of getting that into the scent applied there, so you're not having to take that other step because when the action gets fast, you don't want to stop, bait, and then have to find your bottle of scent. And apply it. Of course, I know you like the way I apply scent because you sell a lot more.
You are a good bait center. I like the way you hold it out and dump it on. And
yeah,
that works too.
So, hoochie, double hook rig, sickle hook, very effective. Red hooks, got your dyed corn, the white shoe-peg corn as it starts with. Add the secret sauce right in the mix, and you're ready to go.
And you know, just to back up a little bit, something I have found really important on these rigs is the leader setup.
Okay.
Which, you know, people are always asking leader lengths and things.
Yes.
But to start with that, I like to use a 10 or 12 pound fluorocarbon leader on those.
Right.
And I use that Cigar fluorocarbon, which
Excellent.
is a very, very good fluorocarbon.
Yeah.
And then I run them on an 8 to 12 inch leader. And that shorter leader behind that Dodger is real key on these.
You know, I'm glad you backed up and mentioned that, because what I find, most people are running way too long a leader for kokanee. They're taking them right out of the package. They're running a 30-inch leader or more sometimes. You want to shorten that up.
And those package leaders, they typically need heavier monofilament.
Yeah.
And those kokanee have really, just like Saka, have really good eyesight for finding their small shrimp and stuff they eat.
Yeah.
And so having that lighter fluorocarbon leader really makes a difference on bites.
Cigar is excellent. I switched to that for steelhead fishing this year. It's really proven its value. Also, you can imagine on that short of a leader behind that Dodger, that is working hard. It's bouncing. And that's what gets their attention. And they don't even think twice. They grab it. That's great. Well, what's going on? We haven't had a bite.
They're coming.
They're coming. Well, great. Well, let's get ready for the next fish. I bet you don't know what this product is or what you might use it for, but we're going to tell you in just 30 seconds. Lake Pateros Inn is one of the most convenient places you can stay if you like to fish for salmon or steelhead on the Upper Columbia River. Rooms are clean and comfortable and very affordable. Everything you need is right here at the Lake Pateros Inn.
Your Town Ford is kicking off the season with the best deals of the year. It's the Built for Tough truck event. If you're looking for power, payload, towing, economy, your Town Ford's got the truck for you. Head to your Town Ford in East Wenatchee. You know, I've used a lot of different products, and a lot of different products are being actually required of anglers in terms of catch and release fishing. In our region, we must release most wild fish that we catch, and you've got to do that without harming them. You want to do that with handling them as little as possible, and also knotless nets are required. And here is a product that really solves a lot of those problems. This is developed by a friend of mine years ago who was a serious fly fisherman. Now they're being used much more widely. If you watch fishing TV and look at the episode with Jim Teeney at Pronghorn Lake, you'll see him using this product, which is called the fishing hand. What this does is it allows you to very easily have this attached to your belt, your float tube, your vest, whatever, so it's handy on a stretch cord. You can find that this, just slip it over your hand, get it wet, and you can securely hang on to a fish by the tail and release it without harming it. This material is non-abrasive. It won't remove the scales and the slime. It's a great, effective way to safely handle fish that are going to be released. It's called the fishing hand, and you can find out more about it by visiting jimteeney.com.
Gaboon Productions LLC is a full-service video production company right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Go to gaboonproductions.com on the web, check us out on Facebook and on YouTube. Gaboon Productions LLC, the little video company capturing your big moments.
If you're looking for a bait casting reel, there's a lot of great ones on the market. Why should you buy this one? I'll tell you in just 30 seconds.
When you're fishing in Banks Lake, Lake Roosevelt, even Rufus Woods, the place to stay is at Coulee Playland in Electric City. Coulee Playland has been the friendly place to stay for fishermen for decades, and if you haven't camped there yet, you'll learn why. Call for reservations at 509-633-2657.
The Evinrude E-Tech. It's a dream come true.
For E-Tech engine sales and service and repair of all boats and motors, call Lyle's Boats and Motors in Kashmir.
A few years ago, Abu Garcia got into the low-profile bait casting series of reels, and they hit a home run when they did it. I've had 3 different Revos in that series of bait casters. All performed just terrifically beyond my expectations. Now, the original reel was their entry-level reel, and it performed better than anything I'd ever owned. I had the opportunity to acquire a different one. It cost $50 more retail, and I thought I'd like to get that reel just to see if that price point made any difference. It really did. Although I was thrilled with the other reel, this one distinctly was a better quality reel in terms of casting, ease of casting. It had higher retrieve, it had more ball bearings, everything you look for in one of those reels. They have introduced now the new Revo SX. This one blows the doors off the competition. Field and Stream did a test. They field tested 4 bait casting reels against their competition, and this one came out on top. This is the Revo SX. This small reel holds 145 yards of 12-pound test line. The retrieve ratio is fantastic. If you're in the market for a high quality, smooth operating, excellent drag system, low profile, bait casting reel, do not make a purchase until you've checked out the Abu Garcia Revo SX.